So here we have Mr. Tanka Bhattarai, who's a strategic business partner, HR, and organizational development consultant, and managing director of organizational development and innovation of Nepal. He also serves as the president of Human Capital and Development Professionals in Nepal, and the general secretary of Occupational Safety and Health Professional in Nepal. So he holds many roles, and with his extensive experience in human resource management, leadership, corporate training, human capital, environment, he has contributed to many professional initiatives. Throughout his consulting, training, and strategic leadership, he brings valuable practical insight to the discussions on these following topics. We are very excited to have him here, and we would like to ask him to present his presentation. Thank you.
Good evening from Nepal, and I think good morning from Canada. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I'm going to present today about the topics in bridging the industry-academia gap in Nepal, building future-ready talent, enhancing collaboration for skill workforce development. I think you have already talked about my brief profile. So why I'm planning this, I'm presenting is this is very important for us because in our context, Nepal is gradually developing, and currently the political scenario has been changed, and the very young generation is leading the country. So lots of things has to be improved here in Nepal. So I think the government is also focusing. So I'm due to it's audible, ma'am.
Yes, we can
Hello.
hear you. Yes, we can
Yeah,
hear you.
please. So due to the network issue, I'm closing my video. Yeah, so I'm just speaking right now. So
Okay.
this is the scenario, and what the core presentation? The presentation proposed scope and core message is purpose of the presentation is examine the gap between academic institution and the industry need in Nepal, and the structural disconnect involved. What is the core scope of this presentation? Is cover talent pipeline from curriculum design to workforce integration and long-term career development. Core message, what I'm following the core message is call for outcome oriented industry academia partnership to transform academic learning into employable and innovative talent. This is the this presentation proposed scope and core message. So what is the what presentation short about the introduction of this presentation is is faces Nepal faces a growing mismatch between academic output and the industry's expectation. Many graduates struggle to meet practical workplace requirements. Similarly, bridging this gap is essential for economic growth, innovation, and employment generation. Key industry academic gap in Nepal. What is the key industry academic gap? Just the gap is identified as like curriculum misalignment, limited practical exposure, soft skill deficiency, weak industry academia collaboration. For curriculum misalignment, academic program is in Nepal often lag behind industry needs, lacking update on new technology and the job role. Limited practical exposure mean student graduate with theoretical knowledge but have minimum hands-on experience through the internship or projects. So soft skill deficiency that employees report in the communication, teamwork, problem solving, proactiveness, accountability, and the professional behavior among the graduates. Like similarly, weak industry academia collaboration, limited in industry involvement in academia leads to poor feedback and the ineffective career guidance system in the context. So this is the key industry academia gaps in Nepal. Why the gap exists? Root causes is I have defined like this: weak institutional linkage means limited collaboration between academic institution and the industry causes fragmented feedbacks and the weak curriculum relevance. And theory heavy learning models. Here is most of the colleges or institution is focused on the theory rather than the practical. Just emphasis on the root learning, exam discourage experimental and applied learning critical for the employability. So governance and the autonomy challenges, political influence and the slow decision making, hinder innovation and the responsiveness in academic institution, economic and the social impact, high youth unemployment, brain drain, and increased industry costs reduce Nepal's competitiveness and the innovation. Those are so why the gap exists. These are the major root causes we have identified like this. In the context of the national context, the core challenges is uh, growing graduate number. That means in the Nepal has seen a steady increase in graduate, but this growth has not translated into industry ready professional skill and employability gap. Industry faces shortage of practical skills, poor police readiness, despite increasing graduate number. Impact on economy and innovation, that the gaps reduce productivity and innovation, affecting national competitiveness and economic growth. Need for collaborative solution. Sustainable changes require collaboration among academia and the industry, government, and the other stakeholders. Those are in the context of in national context. Those are the major challenges I have explained here in the brief. So we have identified the role of the director or the academic institution. I have mentioned one by one. So what is the role of the government and the ministry in the policy leadership and the frameworks? Government established national policy for employability, internship, apprenticeship, and skill development to support collaboration. Similarly, facilitating the collaboration, ministry, either federal or provincial level, bring together universities, industries, recruitment and the development agency to enable structural partnership. Similarly, data-driven planning, supporting labor market information system, and the graduate tracking enables evidence-based policy adjustments. Uh, like like its incentive and the accountability. Incentive encourage private sector engagement while monitoring ensure alignment with development goals. So those are the major area responsibility or role of the government and the ministry. We have to explain like this. So what is the role? What will be the role of the university and academic institution for the role curriculum alignment, and university must focus to align the curricula with industry needs by adapting competency based and interdisciplinary learning models. Similarly, experiential learning and integration of internship, applied research, project based learning, case studies enhance student real world skill and engagement. So industry collaboration, industry partnership sales. We have established the industry partnership sales, career service unit, guest lectures, strengthen the employability and the curricular relevance. Continuous improvement. Uh, uh,
Sorry, we are losing your
for
connection.
this is the continuous improvement, the employment, and using feedback. So those are the major role and role of universities and academic institution. So role of the other stakeholder, just I have mentioned like this. The faculty, what was the role of the faculty? Faculty, the major role of the faculty is as a mentors, like the faculty guides student through the applied learning, instill professional behavior beyond the theory. Not only they have to focus on the theory, they have to instill the professional behavior. So industry has to play as a talent co-creator. Industries always support for the provide internship, real project works, feedback to save job ready graduates. So this is the very more important role of the industry as well. They have to play as a talent co-creator. Similarly, the role of the recruiter in the market or bridging market needs, they always find the aligning the talent and the required human resources in the context of the market demand. So, recruiter always ensure ethical hiring through the competency based screening and the career guidance. Similarly, entrepreneurs always play as a driving innovation. So entrepreneurs foster innovation and provide alternative career path through through startup ecosystem. So similarly, the role of the student also important. They always take student also be a highly accountable, highly ownership. They have to ownership, and the student must develop skills, ethics, and the lifelong learning for the career readiness. So we have mentioned to minimize the gap is the various stakeholder like is the is the government and the ministry of federal and central provincial level, and the role of the university and the academic institution, and this is the role of the various stakeholders. So we have mentioned like this. So future ready talent framework, what will be the future ready talent framework in the context of the Nepal? So major the holistic competency, future ready talent combine technical skills and the digital literacy and essential workplace behavior for dynamic environment. So always the context is we have to think about the future ready. The woman research should be further in the long run in the future ready for the requirement of the national context. So and the requirement is a technical skills with the digital literacy, that will be the not only this key the workplace behavior or the it is behavior also important in the for the dynamic environment. So communication, the collaboration, this is very topmost skill, and the framework should be managed like this strong communication system, and the student has to improve the teamwork skills, teamwork skill, enable the productive engagement with the diverse stakeholders in the organization. Next one is the most important critical thinking problem solving, critical thinking, and ethical assembly. Lifelong uh, so continuous skill development and adaptability are crucial for the career growth and career growth amid evolving technology and roles. So those are the future ready framework context, holistic competency, communication, the collaboration, critical thinking, ethics, and the lifelong learning mindset. So independent recruitment and professional governance. What is the role? What is the independent recruitment and the professional governance means? Always recruitment should be in the merit based recruitment, meritocracy called meritocracy. So independent recruitment system institute certification. This is very important. Similar reduce favoritism and the informal hiring by promoting transparent and the fair evaluation. So hiring should be always free of from bias. Similarly, professional governance importance, effective governance required evidence-based decision, accountability, and political neutrality to sustain recruitment and credibility. Industry academic collaboration, managed partnership, focus on measurable outcome, aligning workforce needs with academic training for better employability. So those are important points that has to be independent recruitment and the professional governance covers. So what I'm the strategic recommendation I'm for the, to minimize the gap between the industry and academia. A major recommendation we have mentioned here is strengthen academia industry collaboration platform, promote internship, apprenticeship, and work-based learning, regularly revise curriculum based on market needs, market demands, encourage research, innovation, and the entrepreneurship, develop digital, technical, and the soft skill training, and introduction of part-time employment for students. So those are the 6 point I have mentioned here as a strategic recommendation to minimize the industry and academia gap in the context of the Nepal. So conclusion, effective implementation of the industry economic collaboration require a phase and a realistic roadmap supported by clear indicate in the short term within the first 6 month priority action include establishing partnership sales, employer advisory board, and mapping priority skills. Over the next 6 to 12 month, structured internship, a PIPE project, and a faculty industry exposure program can be launched in the medium term, spanning 12 to 14 12 to 24-month competency assessment certification graduate track link system should be introduced. Beyond the 2 years, the focus shift to scaling research, industry project, and institutionalizing continuous curriculum review. So those are the major roadmap, success indicator, and the conclusion. So I'm going. This is my very big presentation. I'm not so long presentation. Just I have tried to give the conclusion remark. So, bridging the industry and economic gaps in critical for Nepal's sustainable in development and collaborative effort can create a skill, productive, and a future-ready workforce. A strong partnership will support innovation, employment, and the national competitiveness. So I have presented in the very shortly. So this is very important as well because industry and academia gap is always happening in the all country. Similarly, in the political instability in the Nepalese context, there is a gradually the gaps is being little bit higher side. So the various factors like playing the crucial role. So most important thing is the political was in the context of Nepal there is a political instability and that there is a lacking of the poor vision of the leadership vision. Who has driven the country. So this is very important. The context we have to prepare the future talent. Remove resources and the people who are compete in the global context. So thinking the very important to minimize the industry and academia gaps in the context of Nepal. So I have completed my presentation.
Thank you for the presentation. And we really appreciate for taking your time to join here, despite like all the network issues. I know how difficult that must be.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.